Welcome back, everybody, to my next movie review. Plugging on along. This movie I actually did not get at the library. I actually bought it outright, and I own it. Talking along the lines of people with, disabilities and physical issues and, everything. This movie kind of goes appropriate after, the whole thing about Helen Keller. This movie was released in the early 1990s, and if you were to say any quotes from this movie, everybody and their sister, no joke, would know what you're talking about, that, lived back in the 1990s and saw this movie. It would be this Tom Hanks movie, Forrest Gump. This has, of course, Tom Hanks as Forrest Gump, and it has Robin Wright, or you might know her as Robin Wright Penn. She was married to Sean Penn at one point after she made this movie. And then Gary Sinise, Melanie Wilson, and Sally Fields. I love Sally Fields as an actress. She's one of my favorite, older actresses. I've once said that, if I ever made a movie on my life, I'd have Sally Fields play my mom. Because they look so much alike. Sally Fields reminds me of my mother. But yeah, anyway, though, this movie, Forrest Gump's about, of course, as most people would know, a mentally challenged fella, who's, a little slow on the uptake. He's like 5 or 6 points between being what's considered normal, but slow, and being just outright slow, mentally challenged, or whatever you want to call it. He has mental processing issues. I know a lot of mentally challenged people, and they're really good people, to be honest with you. And, there's one that I think the world of. She's older than me, but, she's got a heart of gold. I also have a younger cousin who, let's think here, that child's about 8, maybe 8 years old, 7 or 8 years old now, and I've not seen him in person except for once his whole life, and that was when he was 1. But this movie, shows him, Forrest Gump as, this good-hearted guy that, these amazing things happen to us in his life, and it's a trip, he ends up meeting JFK. He ends up meeting, and the funny thing, he meets Truman. My personal favorite's where he tells JFK that he's gotta go pee, and I'm like, that's funny, it's like, he drank way too much Dr. Pepper, and he's like, I gotta go pee. That is funny. It's like, and in Forrest Gump, I watched this in the special features. It's on the disc too, because this is a special collector's edition version. It shows, or it's like Tom Hanks talks about it, where he says, Forrest Gump processes everything 3 ways: through his mama, through Jenny, and through God. And Forrest knows that his mom will give him the inside dope on everything and be straight with him, and so will Jenny. Some of my favorite lines is, "Run, Forrest, run!" And life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. That one, is like the most famous one. And stupid is as stupid does. Like I've said that, stupid is as stupid does, I don't know how many times to my mom. I've looked at her and said, yeah, well, something stupid happens. I go, yeah, well, stupid is as stupid does, Mom. And roll my eyes, and it's, from this movie. And it's like, I find myself laughing after I say it. Every time I've seen Gary Sinise since I've seen this movie, I look at him, and I look at Mom, and I say, Lieutenant Dan, you ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan. And I find myself laughing. Of course, Tom Hanks and Gary Sinise were not only in this movie together, but they were also in The Green Mile together. And I would love to know what happened when they were shooting A Green Mile, because surely, Tom Hanks looked at him and said, Lieutenant Dan, you ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan. I'm serious. I mean, it's just, that thought popped in my head and made me laugh, because, Gary Sinise plays Lieutenant Dan, the commander in, when they're out there in Vietnam, and everything, and then, Lieutenant Dan ends up helping Forrest on Forrest's shrimp boat and everything. I like Robin Wright in this movie too. She's, she was also in The Princess Bride, of course. This was her second movie she ever made. I mean, and she's a really gifted actress. She really is, much to her credit. And she's pretty too. This is, her right here. You can see it. Turn to where you can see it, kind of. There you go. This is her right here. And of course, there's Gary Sinise. And this little boy here that plays this with Sally Fields. Oddly enough, they actually, that little boy there, that's the young Forrest. Actually, what it is I found out, later, much later, as in, the past couple of years later, that this little boy here, this is the only movie he's ever been in. And, he, has no desire to make another movie as long as he lives. That he's happy doing whatever it is he's doing. I think it's, he's in the armed services or something. I can't say for sure what it is he's doing. He's doing something, or he's in a serving position. But he's happy. Bottom line is what counts. But anyway, I do recommend this movie here. I mean, it's cute, and I mean, it makes everybody laugh. I mean, because it is truly hysterical. But anyway, hang on, guys. I've got some more to review, and I'll talk to you soon.